Good morning, folks. Welcome to Just Omer. My name is Omer C. Ahern Jr., and this is my periodic report to the people of Grafton County and beyond who care to listen about what goes on in the Grafton County, New Hampshire government. I am a county commissioner. I live in Wentworth, New Hampshire. And I'm in my third term, non-consecutive term as a Grafton County Commissioner. I've also served as a county commissioner in Sullivan County back in the late 80s and early 90s. And I've also served as a state representative, town selectman. And so I've got a pretty good background in public service. And the work I do, the service that I do as a county commissioner, I believe is very, very important because that's one of the items that you see on your property tax bill. In most every town, it's every 2 months. Twice a year, every 6 months. Today, what I hope to talk about, and there's never enough time, and I apologize to you folks for the last session that I had with you. It kind of went on a little bit. But today I hope to talk about the Grafton County Executive Committee of the delegation. They're meeting on Monday of this week and the things that they talked about. I want to talk about some of the American Relief Plan budget requests and approvals by the delegation executive committee. I want to talk a little bit about the broadband status, which received a pretty significant ARPA funding from the delegation as approved also by the county commissioners. We're going to be getting our budget process, county budget process in earnest tomorrow, Thursday, March 24th. And before I forget, I really want to encourage you folks out there, you residents of Grafton County, to try to sit in on these budget hearings. The budget hearings are identified as being, Thursdays in March and into April. So as I said, the first budget hearing will be this Thursday, the 24th, where we will be hearing from the Human Resources Department, Alternative Sentencing, the commissioners' offices and miscellaneous, and then the Conservation District. Then on Tuesday, March 29th, we'll have the Extension, University of New Hampshire Cooperative Extension, Department of Corrections, the Farm, Maintenance Department, Dispatch, and the Sheriff's Department. Then on Thursday, March 31st, we will be hearing the budget requests from the nursing home, the county attorney victim witness program, IT, information technology, registry of deeds, and human services and social services. And then on Thursday, April 21st, the commissioners will be meeting again at 9 o'clock. All these meetings start at 9 o'clock. To work on our recommendations to the Grafton County delegation, the full delegation, and so we'll be meeting twice, April 21st and April 28th, to work on our recommendations. And then the delegation will be meeting in May and June in order to put together the final budget. Under New Hampshire law, the county commissioners can only recommend the county budget. The county budget ultimately has to be passed and approved by the county delegation. The county delegation is made up of those elected state representatives who serve down in Concord in the general court, but the members of the state representatives that are elected from here in Grafton County. So that's very important for you folks to realize, so that if you're concerned about the budget after listening to all the budget presentations from all those agencies that I just discussed, you should be talking to your local state representative. So again, I encourage all of you who live in Grafton County, who vote in Grafton County, who pay taxes in Grafton County, to attend these county commissioner budget hearings. Two other things that really are weighing heavily on my mind and are going to really affect the budget, the county services going forward into, well, right now, and it's been affected the last 2 years, but is continuing on, is the great need the county nursing home has for nursing staff. RNs, licensed practical nurses, and licensed nurses' aides. And we're so far down in our employees that we have to reduce the number of residents we can have in the nursing home. Our nursing home bed count, we have 135 beds available in our Grafton County Nursing Home up in North Haverhill. There are different floors there. We have one specific floor for the advanced dementia residents, and but we also provide a certain amount of rehabilitation, so people can come in and then get some rehabilitation for what they need based upon their doctor's recommendations, and then they can leave. But by and far, most of the people that come to become residents at the county nursing home, they're there until they pass away. So, but some people live, 3, 4, 10 years at the nursing home. And again, most of the funding in the nursing home comes from Medicare, Medicaid. If you're a veteran, the Veterans Administration will pay for your care. And then, of course, we've got the private pay residents. A lot of our rooms up there are single bed rooms. And but right now, and this is, again, very, very discouraging to me, disappointing to me, knowing of the need for care for our moms and dads and grams and grandpas and uncles that need this extended elder nursing care, that we can only provide 99 beds out of the 135 that we have. So if we can find more nursing staff, we can provide more care and fill more of those beds. And the thing I can tell you is our pay is very competitive with the local medical facilities in Grafton County, but our benefits are excellent. Our benefits are outstanding. So consider, if you're a medical provider, a nurse or an LPN or an LNA, or if you're a corrections officer, we need corrections officers. We're about 14 corrections officers shy of meeting what we need in order to staff the Department of Corrections, the jail and the House of Correction, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. As in the nursing home, that's a 24-hour a day, 7 day a week, 365 day a year operation. So we need your help. We need your help. So the delegation executive committee, of which Representative George Sykes from Lebanon is the chairperson, and Representative Ned Gordon from Bristol is the vice chair, and also locally Representative Jeff Greason is on that executive committee. They met on Monday, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they heard a report from the county treasurer, and her report was pretty positive, all things considered. Then we heard the commissioner's report they heard the commissioner's report from Vice Chairman Commissioner Linda Lauer. She's one of the three county commissioners. I failed to tell you who the three commissioners are. So there are three commissioners here in Grafton County. Commissioner Wendy Piper from Enfield, elected from District 1, Hanover, Lebanon, and Enfield. She is the chairperson of the Grafton County Commissioners. Commissioner Lauer is the vice chairman, and she is elected from District 2, which are the towns in western Grafton County and into northern Grafton County. And Omer Ahern Jr., yours truly, I'm elected from the towns in District 3, which are the towns over in the eastern and southern part of the county, including Holderness, Plymouth, Hebron, up as far as Campton and Warren, and over to Canaan and Dorchester, Groton, and then down to Ashland, Bristol, and all the towns in between. So Commissioner Lauer provided the report to the delegation, executive committee, and these things will all be available online. Then the county administrator report was made, and she talked a lot about the financial situation in the county. And she gives, this is Julie Libby, and she gives a pretty extensive report. And part of her report, talks about, how we are with expenses and how we are with income, and where we might be overexpended and where we might be underexpended. And again, overall, at this point in time, when we're about 3 months shy of finishing up our fiscal year, the county fiscal year runs from July 1st to June 30th. So we've still got April, May, and June, and the rest of March to get through this year. We're doing relatively well. Again, all of these items, all of these reports are available online. So I just wanted to bring those things to your attention. The big thing that the county delegation executive committee acted upon were the ARPA requests. The ARPA requests from that were approved by the county commissioners last week. And again, as I said, the delegation executive committee has the final say on approving those ARPA requests. And the first ARPA request that they approved was about $3.4 million for the county broadband committee to start the process of identifying and laying out, putting together the plan for laying out the fiber for the middle mile for all of the communities in Grafton County. Now there are, we heard on Monday, about 10 communities in Grafton County that have already provided themselves with the beginning infrastructure, the middle mile, the backbone for broadband, either through New Hampshire Electric Cooperative, which now also has its own broadband program, and the towns of Wentworth and Lebanon particularly have already made arrangements to have the broadband put in, so that they do not necessarily need the be part of the program for the county broadband program and layout. And Wentworth, the town that I live in, we are working with the New Hampshire Electric Cooperative Broadband LLC to have that put into the town of Wentworth. New Hampshire Electric Cooperative, also has a lot of its poles and infrastructure in many other towns in Grafton County. And the plan is, the hope is, that the County Broadband Committee can work in cooperation with these other broadband providers so that everything is in the best interest of the people of Grafton County. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. We also want to thank Nick Coates, who is on the Board of Selectmen in Campton, and Nick is also the town administrator for the town of Bristol. And Nick is the chairman of the County Broadband Committee, and Nick has put an awful lot of work into all of this as well. So we appreciate the work of Nick Coates. So that $3.5 million request, ARPA request, that's the American Relief Plan, and the federal government provided about $74 million plus to Grafton County to provide relief under the ARPA plan. And one of the major significantly identified items is broadband, bringing broadband into all over the United States. So there were some other things. There was some items at the dispatch center needed where you call in for 911. The dispatch center is part of the sheriff's department, and they needed some additional equipment for them to do their job more efficiently. And then the sheriff requested some money to buy some uniforms, some safety equipment for his deputies, and some necessary additions to the sheriff's department office in the county courthouse to protect staffers in the sheriff's department, and also to provide some security and keeping juveniles out of the public eye when they're being held temporarily to go into court at the sheriff's department. And there was some items for the maintenance department to buy some equipment in order for the maintenance department to do its job for the safety and the well-being of any residents and for any visitors and employees at the county. So again, this is all available, will be available online. So that's what the county delegation was talking about on Monday, March 21st. And again, we thank the work that the county delegation, executive committee, and all the members of the delegation do. And the entire delegation, or all the members of the state House of Representatives, have been very, very busy. This has been a pretty busy year for our folks that represent us down in Concord. Okay, so the county commissioners met yesterday, March 22nd, and at 9 o'clock at the Commissioners' Conference Room in North Haverhill. And if you would like to attend these county commissioner meetings, and I encourage you folks to do that. You can attend in person. You just have to, come into the building and go up to the second floor, and there are seats there. Right now, I believe there are no mask mandates at the county. If you want to attend via Zoom, all you need to do is call the commissioner's office, and you can, I don't have the commissioner's office number here. Maybe I do. Well, I do, but it'll take me a minute to find it. We don't have that much time. So I encourage you to attend these commissioner meetings so you can hear what's going on. Yes, I'm trying to make presentations here and let you know what's going on through this program, through the courtesy of the Pemmy Baker TV, PBTV. And again, I want to thank them for all of their kind courtesies in letting me do this. So please attend the meetings, attend the budget hearings, and the Zoom information is available by calling the Commissioner's office and talking with our administrative assistant, Samantha Norcross, and she would be glad to give you that information. So, after the Pledge of Allegiance, Jim Oakes, the Maintenance Department Superintendent, came in with some bids for us to incorporate into our budget coming up. And one was for trash and recycling, and the other one was for fuel bids. And folks, let me tell you, because of the state of the economy right now, because with so many things being, up in the air, hold on to your hat. The cost of things are going up all over the place. For example, the state of New Hampshire has advised Grafton County that there are no more fixed costs for the fuel to run our trucks and to run our nursing home vans and all the other equipment that we're able to purchase our transportation fuel from the state of New Hampshire. I think as of 2 weeks ago, the state said when you go to fill up, you're going to be paying the price, the market price at the moment that we are filling up the gas tank. And that price keeps going up. As you can see around us right now, depending upon which community you're living in, you're paying somewhere around $4 to $4.50 a gallon for regular gas. That is a reality check that is very difficult for us to work with. And the same thing is happening with the cost to the contractors that come in and want to provide services such as trash and recycling. And we had 2 bids, one from Casella Services and the other one from Pete's Services. And the cost went up, but the commissioners awarded the bid to Casella. But I believe it was just for a 1-year contract. They offered us 1-year contracts and 3-year contracts, but we just went with a 1-year contract, and that is pretty significant. The rise in the cost to remove trash and do some recycling is very tough. And then the fuel bids for propane, number 2, heating oil, and for diesel, we received 2 bids, one from Patton Gas up in North Haverhill, and then the other one was from Irving Energy, and the Irving Energy received the winning bid for the fuel. Again, this is for propane, number 2 heating oil, and for diesel fuel. So hang on to your hat. I mean, I'm very, very much concerned about the budget process when we're starting to look at things like this, when the state of New Hampshire is saying we can no longer give you a fixed rate for fueling up your automobiles and your trucks, to do your farming and other things that we do up there. So I'm really looking for some input from you folks, looking for some ideas from you folks. I mean, you can contact me at my office, the only telephone I have, 603-764-6024. Again, 603-764-6024. Or you can contact me at my email, omer.ahern.jr@gmail.com. It's my name with a couple of dots in between, and it's at gmail.com. So, Tom Elliott came in from he's the superintendent of the Department of Corrections. Tom is a Marine veteran, and Tom talked about, gave us his report of what's going on. It's a monthly report of what's going on at the Department of Corrections, and he gave us a request for which was part of his ARPA request. So we brought in a report on the purchase of get the commissioner's approval to purchase a new vehicle for the Department of Corrections, multi-use vehicle, and the commissioners approved, and again, this is going to be paid for with ARPA money, and we approved a purchase of from Irwin Ford, a 2021 Ford F-150 police responder, and that's going to be outfitted with some equipment from Ossipee Mountain Electronics, Inc., and this is going to be somewhere in the vicinity of $47,000. Yep, price of things just keep going up. Then we had the monthly report from Renee DiPaolo of the Alternative Sentencing Program. She's the Alternative Sentencing Director, and she talks with us about the Juvenile Restorative Justice Program and how many young people we're serving there. And she also runs the Adult Diversion Program and the Alternative Sentencing. And she discussed with us the need for some sober living facilities while people are on probation. And she talked about, her concern for having a drug court out of the Grafton County Superior Court. And then she talked about mental health court. And then she talked about a little bit of a discussion about what her budget needs are going to be. Folks, there's just so much information coming our way that it's just overwhelming. So these three files right here are, and this is the beginning of the budget request that we're going to be starting on tomorrow. There's just a lot of things out there. So, sometimes a half an hour just isn't enough for me to, go into detail on these things. But again, the county commissioners are responsible primarily for the operation of the county nursing home, 135 beds, the 150-bed Department of Corrections, which has the pre-sentencing jail, and then the sentenced House of Correction. We do have a few inmates from Coos County, and they pay us a fee, a daily fee. So I'm out of time again. Again, I want to thank the folks at PBTV for allowing me to do this. I want to thank Commissioners Piper and Lauer for all of their service on the Grafton County Commission. And I thank you folks, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from you. And that's it for today. God bless the United States of America, and God bless the great Granite State of New Hampshire. Thank you and take care.